Hello, my dear students. Myself, Dr. Pitambar Umne, founder Botany for You, and working as Associate Professor and Head Department of Botany, Dharampet MP Deo Memorial Science College, Nagpur, Maharashtra, India. I welcome you all in this online platform for the students of Life Sciences Botany for You. In this series of lectures in genetics, last time we have seen the lecture on linkage, that is, definition of the linkage and types of the linkage. And in today's class, we are going to see the coupling and repulsion theory. This theory is included in the syllabus of UG as well as the PG in different life sciences subjects. As in last class, we have seen there are the different theories of linkage, which includes the Sutton-Boveri's chromosomal theory of the heredity, then Sutton's view on the linkage, then Batson and Punnett's coupling and the repulsion hypothesis, then Morgan's view on linkage, and chromosome theory of linkage that is given by the Morgan and Cassel. In today's lecture, we are going to see the Batson and Punnett's coupling and repulsion hypothesis or coupling and repulsion theory. So before going to discuss about this theory, that is the coupling and repulsion theory, first of all, we should understand the meaning of coupling and meaning of repulsion. Coupling means to come close to each other, and repulsion means to repel each other. Means here come too close, and repulsion means to repel each other. So coupling, close are for repel. The best example we can take for understanding the coupling and repulsion, say for example, if we have to say marriage in between the two persons, that is nothing but the process to come close to each other, that is a coupling. And divorce, that is responsible to repel each other or to separate each other. Means when instead of the person, when we are talking about the genes which are present on the chromosomes, that is homologous chromosomes, if the certain genes come close to each other through the gametes, then it is known as the coupling. And when the genes in which they repel each other, means enter into the different gametes, then it is known as the repulsion. So this phenomena we can very well understand in the coupling and repulsion theory, that how the particular type of the genes come close to each other, that is showing the coupling, and how that particular genes they repel each other, that is they enter into the different gametes, that is known as the repulsion. So here we have to take an example of sweet pea, that is the Lathyrus odoratus, and this is the flower of Lathyrus odoratus. Here the parents are taken into the consideration having the blue color of the flowers or the purple flowers. If you are not able to understand properly with these two characters, just you have to omit one character, so it becomes easy to understand. So the purple color or the blue color, these are the dominant characters and the long pollen grains. The another one, that is the recessive character, that is the red one to the blue and the purple, that is the flower color, and the pollen grains which are round, and this is recessive characters. When these two plants, that is the bearing the blue or purple flower and long pollen grain, and the another plant that is the red flowered with the round pollen grain are crossed, then there is a formation of F1 generation with all the plants blue or purple with the long pollen grains. This indicates that blue or the purple is dominant character and the long is also the dominant character. When the Batson and Punnett test cross this F1 generation organisms, means crossed with recessive parent. See this, now this one is the recessive parent. So when they test cross the F1 hybrid, then the dihybrid test cross ratio is 1:1:1:1:1, and the result which is obtained by Batson and Punnett, that is 7:1:1:7. So this ratio they have obtained in the form of 7:1:1:7. If we see these different characters, that this is a test cross progeny ratio, that is the blue or the purple plants found 192, red round found the 182, blue or purple round 23, and red with the long pollen grain 30, and this result equal to the 7:1:1:7. If we see these characteristics, that the first one is both the characters are dominant, second one dominant and recessive, then recessive and dominant, and recessive. So these are the four different categories of the characters which are found normally in 1:1:1:1 ratio, but the Batson and Punnett found it into the 7:1:1:7. So when we are concentrating on this 7, that is both the characters are either dominant, or the last 7, that both the characters are recessive. Means here the blue and purple, this is the dominant one, and long is also the dominant one. In the similar manner, red is the recessive and the round is also the recessive character. So here these 7 offsprings which are obtained in the test cross ratio instead of the 1, it means that the two dominant characters they come close to each other, or the two recessive characters they come to close each other, and this phenomena they considered as a coupling of characters or coupling of genes, that is the coupling of two dominant characters or the coupling of two recessive characters. So this can be very well understood with the help of this ratio, that is 7:1:1:7. In this another type of the cross, that is on the same plant, the same cross they have carried out, that the parents with the blue or purple colored flower with the round pollen grain and red colored flower with the long pollen grain. Here there is and different characters they have taken in the parents. In an earlier category or the earlier cross, we have taken both the dominant in the one and both the recessive in another. But here in this character, the one character is dominant and another one is recessive. In the similar manner, here the first one is a recessive and second one is a dominant character. But in the F1 generation, the result will be the same, that is all blue and the purple long. So this is the same result as we have seen in the earlier cross. On crossing of this F1 to that of the recessive parent, that is both are the recessive, there is a test cross ratio in a dihybrid cross which is 1:1:1:1:1. But again they obtain here the ratio of the test cross in the form of 1:7:7:1. Means here this ratio they obtained in a modified form, that is 1:7:7:1. Again the same, the first category contain the both dominant character. Here the first dominant, second recessive, first recessive, second dominant, and here both are the recessive characters. See now, the blue purple are the dominant one and long is the again dominant. Blue and purple dominant, round is the recessive. Red is the recessive, long is the dominant. Red and round both are the recessive characters. So in this way, in this result, we have to focus on this 7. So these 7 offsprings which were obtained, they belong to the dominant and the recessive. It indicates that if we see the both dominant characters, or if we concentrate on both the recessive character, it indicates that they repel each other, and hence the very less number of the organism, that is only the one organism, is found in the test cross ratio. This means that the dominant alleles or the dominant genes during the formation of the gametes, they enter into the different gametes. It indicates that it is the repulsion, and Batson and Punnett consider this type of the inheritance of the characters in which the two dominant genes remain in the different gametes, that is known as the repulsion. They were unable to provide the correct explanation or the reason behind coupling and repulsion. But later on, the T.H. Morgan have given the idea about the coupling and repulsion on the basis of their presence on the particular type of the chromosomes. And the Morgan says if there are the two genes, say for example, if there is a one gene, that is the capital R, and the another gene, that is the RO. This means that both these characters are dominant and they are present on the same chromosome. So in such a type of the situation, here always the dominant characters will be together and recessive characters will also be together. It means that when the genes are present on the same chromosome, there will be a coupling. But when we have to consider here the two characters, that is the one is dominant and another is recessive on the one chromosome. So in such a type of the condition, the two dominant characters, as they are present on the different chromosome, they will repel each other, and this is known as repulsion. So such a type of the concept of dominant characters or the recessive characters which show the coupling and repulsion are given by the Morgan. Again, the similar type of the views were placed by the Haldane. but in the form of cis and trans position of the gene. Only here there is a change in the words or the replacement of the coupling and the repulsion with the cis and trans. Means the coupling is replaced by the cis position of the genes by the Haldane, and the repulsion is replaced by the trans. If you see here in the cis position, both the dominant genes are present on the one chromosome and both the recessive genes are present on the another chromosome. And hence when there will the formation of the gametes, this will be present in the one gamete and this will be present in the another gametes. And hence always the two dominant genes will be together and two recessive genes will be together. And this is known as the coupling, and hence it is considered as a cis or the cis position of the genes. But when one dominant gene and one recessive gene, they are present on the one chromosome and the same condition on the another chromosome. So in such a type of the condition, here it is known as the transposition, that is the one gene is dominant and another one as a recessive. Because of this, here the two dominant genes or the two recessive genes, they will repel each other, and hence the repulsion is replaced by the transposition by the Haldane. And hence here with the help of these two views which are proposed by the T.H. Morgan and the Haldane, we can very well understood the meaning and the concept of the theory of coupling and repulsion. If you will have any doubt in any lecture proposed on our YouTube channel, then you can place it in the comments. The answers to the appropriate question will be always provided. If you like this lecture, then kindly like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Botany for You. And also press a bell icon for the alerts of every lecture to be uploaded on different life sciences titles. Thanks a lot once again.